high-topic petticoat with a corset and a headband, and I'm like, I'm so Rory. But this is why we're here. So you can go from being like Hot Topic Lolita to real Lolita. And one of the big things about Lolita is that it costs a buttload of money, but I'm hosting a panel later in the day for Budget Lolita because I am cheap. So first off, we have to ask ourselves, what is Lolita? Lolita has absolutely nothing to do with, I know I said it has nothing to do with anime, but we're here at an anime convention. So I guess they kind of have, the same crowd of people looking at it, but that's not where it originated from. Back in kind of the late 80s, there were these J-rock bands like, Malice Miser, and they dressed really, really elaborately, and soon the fans started to kind of copy them, and this is what we got. Because, Japanese people are just crazy, so, when they see something they like, they're not like, oh, I'm going to take a picture of that, they're like, I'm going to put this on my body. And so now we have this, but I don't really think it became quite a fashion until about the late 90s, early 2000s. And if you look at some old pictures of Lolita, you're just like, what is that? That's horrendous. And it's gone through such a transformation of just looking like really tacky with huge stompy boots and maxi pad looking headdresses to now we've got cotton candy wigs and cake hats. It's gone crazy. That is not good. Alright, so here's Lolita. She's wearing Puppet Circus. You can see she's got the Lolita silhouette, which, pretty standard to the top, but the skirt flares out. If it doesn't flare out, it's not Lolita. Now there's two exceptions, which is Corona, which is boy-style Lolita. That doesn't flare out. And sometimes Aero Lolita might not flare out. Depends if you're kind of doing the whole bloomer thing. But we'll cover those in my sub-styles panel later if you want to come to that. So, one of the big forerunners of Lolita is the fashion magazines. There's Cara Gothic. Oh, I've got one right here. You guys can pass this around and just look at it real quick if you want. Sorry. And they contain things like street snaps, which is, just them walking around on Harajuku and just taking pictures of, what people are wearing and what's trending now. There's also patterns that are included with each issue of Gosurori and Gothic and Lolita Bible. Kara doesn't include patterns, does it? No. So that way you can make your own, and there'll be actually Baby the Stars Shine Bright patterns in there. That one actually came out. And they also include hair and makeup tutorials, just about how you should look, or here's an idea to do this, what's trending now, ways to do your hair without wearing a giant wig. But they're kind of hard to get since now they're only in Japan. A long time ago there was a couple English ones released. I'm not sure I like them as much as the Japanese ones. They were alright, especially for starting out, but the Japanese ones, you can either order them online or you can steal them and get scans off of the internet. Alright, now back on my whole comment about Lolita being expensive, one of the huge things about Lolita is brand. You cannot escape brand in Lolita. It's always going to be there, but you don't necessarily have to wear it. I mean, I'm not wearing brand right now. You got me a projector?
Yes. You got you one.
Can you bring it in?
It's not in my house.
It's on its way. Sweet! Alright, well I'll just keep going with that. The thing you get with brand is when you buy brand, your dress is probably going to range around, somewhere from $200 to $300. It's going to be expensive. You can't escape that unless you buy it secondhand, which is a really good option. Because, since Lolita is so expensive and people love it so much, people are going to take care of their clothing. You don't wear Lolita like you wear your regular clothes. Lolita, the big thing you get when you pay for brand is, first off, you're going to get a nicer quality dress. It's going to be made better. It's going to have better materials in it. you're going to get like a much fancier print across the bottom, and it's going to be original. But the main thing you are paying for when you get brand is you get prestige. When you go to the meetup and everybody goes, ooh, wow, that's so pretty. Yeah, memorial cake. Everybody wants it. And also, brand has a much better resale value because, you know, if you want to sell it at some point, go ahead, come in, sit down. The minute that, you know, you say it's brand, someone's going to want to buy it. Someone somewhere will buy it, so long as it's not trash. Victory! It's open. Oh, my savior! My savior! Woo! Oh, I'm so excited! Alright, and that's what happens when you get brand, is that you get like a recognizable print, you get prestige, you get bragging rights. Why don't you just put it here and it'll go up on the wall?
Maybe we can have a projector on that side.
I can put my laptop on the floor, or I can have pieces on it. That's why I'm so sorry, guys. Disorganized. So, I will talk about a couple brands that, you know, these are some of the really big, prestigious brands. I didn't cover all of them because, you know, there's like 12, 13, like really big main brands, and I've got other stuff to talk about. So, first one I'm going to talk about is Baby the Stars Shine Bright, and Baby is here with us this weekend. They've got a booth downstairs, so if you decided I've really swung you to become a Lolita, you can go right down right now and buy yourself some brand. Lucky. Now, brand often on the internet is shortened to BTSSB, which is Baby the Stars Shine Bright. Can I say brand is short to that? I'm not dumb. Baby is short to that, or you know, it's called Baby. And they mostly cater to OTT suite and classic suite, maybe going into classic a little bit. They also have a store located in San Francisco. And I've heard sometimes you can do this, but rather than ordering from the Baby that's in Japan, sometimes your dress might be, or the dress that you're looking for might be the San Francisco Baby, and you can cut shipping costs that way. And another brand is Alice and the Pirates, who is also here. So if you're not quite into sweet and you want to go for something a little bit darker, you can go to Alice and the Pirates, which they cater to Kodona, which is the boy style Lolita, which has like the knickers, little socks. It's very cute. I wish I had a Kodona boyfriend. And it's a sub-brand of Baby the Stars Shine Bright, so they kind of go together. I don't believe there's an actual website for Alice and the Pirates, and then you just kind of get to it from the Baby website. Another brand, which this might be the most popular brand, is Angelic Pretty. You can find Angelic Pretty all over the internet. It's the most popular sweet brand, and that girl right there is wearing some Angelic Pretty. Yeah. Point her out.
What's up, guys?
She's adorable. In Memorial Cake, which currently is like the hot print that everybody's looking for online. And they also have a store in San Francisco. Personally, my favorite brand is Innocent World, which they run really small, so I don't buy anything from Innocent World. But apparently they're getting bigger sizes, but they don't have anything I want. They mainly sell classic Lolita, which is a bit more historical looking, rather than, you know, 1950s housewife cupcake. And one of the other brands is Moi Même Moitié, which is, I'm not sure what that is in French. I don't speak French. But that is started by Mana, who is from Malice Miser. And they mainly sell Gothic Lolita, which they've got this color scheme of black and the bright blue. Personally, I don't like it, but some people just eat that up. And there's also a lot of substyles in Lolita, which I've kind of... Oh, did you have a question? Kind of raising your hand. Okay. I kind of just brushed on this a second ago. There's a lot of substyles in Lolita, which ranges from the 1950s housewife cupcake to I rose out of the grave. We got a power surgeon. This is great. My wig is in my eye, so watch him. Requested you change places with her to my laptop. I'm sorry. I'll put my bag here. I'll give you a sticker later. I have Lolita stickers. Which I think my Gothic Lolita Bible is still going around. You know, take some time to look at that. You can see street snaps and all that. Good? Good? Oh, so there, that's what's down there. Maybe we should turn up the light. Alright, now let's see. Oh, that's four. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I did it.
Smaller. You want to make it bigger?
Let's make it a little more. I think that's fine. It's better than what we've had. Alright, so let me just quickly get back to where I was. Okay. Now you can see all these things that I was talking about. Alright, Lolita substyles. So, later I'm hosting a panel and I'm going to have a whole bunch of Lolita models in here to show us like the different styles. Got one right there, got a couple around. Most of these girls are from the Houston Lolita community, and here's a couple of the styles. Here, Jason, when I know you want to click the button. Alright, so the first one is Sweet Lolita, which I'm wearing Sweet Lolita right now. We have a lovely Sweet Lolita model right now. Just introduce yourself in a minute. I see we've got a couple more out there. Tell us about yourself.
Hey, hi, I'm Camille. I'm 21. I've been wearing Lolita for 6 or 7 years. I'm from the Dallas area, which also has like a Lolita group in it that we have meetups and stuff. Okay. I'm wearing mostly Angelic Pretty right now, which is my favorite. And I don't know, I love Lolita. I've been to Japan twice for the express purpose of buying Lolita. So yeah, it's really important to me, and I made like a lot of really good friends through it, and it's awesome. You should get into it. Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Alright, classic Lolita, which was gonna wear that, but now I'm not. Today I'm in Bittersweet Lolita, which is like Sweet Lolita, only it's kind of the negative version, which is it's a little bit darker, you get a little bit creepier elements in here, while not being scary. It's creepy cute. Now back to Classic Lolita. Classic Lolita has more of a historical feel. You know, it takes a lot of inspiration going from, you know, Rococo up to the Victorian era, up to the Edwardian era, which is, you know, the very, very first bit of the 1900s. And it just kind of like steals influence from all of these places, while still keeping in the Lolita silhouette, you know, the knee-length skirt. But you'll see a lot more hats rather than head robes in this, bonnets, love bonnets. And some really popular brands for Classic Lolita are Innocent World, and Victorian Maiden. Gothic Lolita. Gothic Lolita is, it's not like Western Goth. Alright, it's not like Western Goth, where, you know, we wear the baggy trip pants with the chains, and, you know, you got black eye makeup all the way to your earlobes. It's more of like a doll in black. It looks more like a porcelain doll that's risen from the grave. Budget Lolita. I'm having a panel on this. This is my last panel of the day. Because Lolita gets so expensive, but there are ways to still get the Lolita look for way less. I mean, you can get a brand outfit that, you know, when you brand it down head to toe, chances are you're looking at $700. But when you either mix and match between brand and off-brand, or when you just go all off-brand, you can cut the price down more than half. But with Budget Lolita, it's cool. There's a couple sites that you should never, ever, ever buy Lolita from because you will get ripped off. They will steal your money, and if they send you a dress, it'll be crap. And those sites are Milano, which you see advertisements for them all over the place. I mean, it's on Meme Base all the way to Unique Vintage. It's everywhere from Milano, so you're like, oh, they've got so much advertising, they must be good. They steal pictures off of brand websites. I have never heard of anyone getting a good item from them. Another one to avoid is What a Beautiful Life, which I believe is one of Milano's sock puppet websites, where it's still run through them, but they're just using a different name. And then the last thing is, you shouldn't buy Lolita from Cosplay Magic or cosplay.com because they don't know what they're doing. It's more of the Lolita that you'd see in an anime rather than the Lolita that you would see on the street. Harajuku Street. Chances are you won't see us walking around. Well, you might see me walking around. Alright, so the anatomy of a Lolita outfit. If we can get the lovely Camille up here again. There's some really specific things about Lolita, about what makes it Lolita, that separates it from any other style of clothing that you could ever wear. And the main thing is the poofy skirt. So I'm just going to quickly go through about all the things that generally make up a Lolita outfit, and let's start with that. Jason. So first is under things. I have two petticoats here. This is a good petticoat. This is a petticoat from Hot Topic. I can't even say that. The difference is the poop. This petticoat is not going to make your skirt go out like this. One, it's too short. See, I've got a whole other tier down here. And second, there's literally no poof in them. I don't know why they make these. I don't know why these exist, because they're too thin to just wear as a skirt, but there's no real skirt you could actually wear them under. Which leads me to the question, why do these exist? But this is a good petticoat. You can get petticoats from off-brand websites. You can get petticoats from brand websites. You can get petticoats from eBay like I did, but you've got to watch out for that because you never know if you're going to get scammed from some Chinese place. So always read the reviews. If the person has 3 reviews and they've got 75% positive feedback, run. But if they've